Really is a crying shame to see such a potentially brilliant organ just redundant. It's such a shame. So it's fair to say that this organ has seen better days. I've just been speaking to a member of the church who tells me that this organ hasn't been used for several years. This church now relies on a music group. I've just looked at the tuning book for the organ, and the last time it was tuned or maintained was in 2016. So it's a real shame, because this is a fantastic organ. In fact, I remember this organ being installed back in 1984 by then Vicar David Whittington, who was an amateur organ builder. This organ came from a church in Birmingham and was brought here and placed into this west gallery overlooking the church. A really stunning organ to look at. It just hasn't been maintained, and it's really showing its age. So this organ was built by Peter Conacher, who is an organ builder in Huddersfield, in Yorkshire. I apologise for the noise in the background. There's workmen in the building. It's a 3-manual tracker action organ. It's such a heavy action. Again, that's probably because it hasn't been maintained. But let's just go through some of the stops. So right here, as usual, we have the grate. We have an 8-foot open diapason. We have an 8-foot stop diapason. We have 2 stops that no longer have their badges on, so I'm not even sure what they are. It's a flute of some description. Likewise, a 2-foot 15th, a 2-foot piccolo, lovely brightness, a 4-rank mixture, a 2-rank mixture, and an 8-foot trumpet. Moving to the bottom here, we have the choir. Again, 3 of the stops don't have a badge on, so I'm not sure exactly what they are. We'll have a listen. Sounds like an 8-foot flute. Another flute or a diapason. A 4-foot flute. Another 4-foot flute, I think. A larigot. A 3-rank cymbal or mixture. And an 8-foot regal, which is very similar to a clarinet. other side we have the swell organ, an 8-foot box Celeste, a lovely string. Surprisingly in tune actually, considering it hasn't been maintained for a few years. An 8-foot solitional, an 8-foot raw flute, an 8-foot open diapason, an 4-foot gems horn, a 2-foot 15th, a 3-rank mixture, and the 2 reeds on the swell are an 8-foot cornopian and a 4-foot clarion. Moving to the pedal section, a pretty standard 16-foot open diapason, a 16-foot Borden, an 8-foot bass flute, an 8-foot principal, a 4-foot 15th, a 4-rank mixture, which I'm not sure works. Doesn't seem to work. And on the pedal we have 3 reeds. We have a 16-foot trombone, an 8-foot trumpet, and a 4-foot shorn. As mentioned, this is a tracker action organ, and it is tracker throughout, including the pedals. The action is so heavy, it's difficult to play anything of any speed, particularly when the couplers are in use. The weight is unbelievable. So if we move down to the pedals, what you see, we have a concave pedal board with a balanced swell pedal. And we also have the couplers, which are down here below the pedals. A greater pedal, a quieter pedal, a swell to pedal, a swell to choir, a swell to great, and a quieter great. So this organ is so out of tune. It has so many faults that I'm not even going to try and play anything else on it. But I will again just conclude by saying that it is such a crying shame that this gorgeous beast of an instrument is just not maintained. I understand why. It would cost a fortune to get it back to any usable standard. It would be lovely if one of the leading organ builders such as Harrison & Harrison or Principal Pipe Organs could take this whole thing to bits, take it off to one of their workshops and give it a complete overhaul. But the fact the organ isn't used, I suspect this is very low on the budget. We see more and more these days organs like this that are just no longer used in favour of brass bands and electric pianos and everything else. Personally, I'm a bit of a traditionalist. I like hymns, I like organs, and I would love to see this come back to life. But there we go. So I'm going to leave it there. Thanks for joining me on this sad visit actually, but please do like and subscribe and share, and I'll see you next time.